So I would start to introduce that we are coming from the blackplanet.org, a Portuguese magazine. We are basically covering Portuguese events, and then I'm starting to cover now the international ones, basically in Finland where I'm living, but now I'm traveling a bit more like Stockholm and also been in Oslo and now here, so starting to get a bit more international. I would like you to introduce yourselves, if you don't mind, for the Portuguese crowd.
Hello, my name is Kirsten and I'm the singer of Evig Natt.
My name is Stein, I'm the singer and the bass player of Evig Natt.
Hello, my name is Ruben and I'm a guitarist of Evig Natt.
Okay, thank you so much. But starting from the beginning, so how did you, Kirsten and Stein, started the band? Because you were in different projects and then you decided to start something new.
Yeah, I was in different projects, more heavier side of stuff, and wanted to do something different, something more emotion, with more emotion, more how can I put it, more heartfelt thing. Made some demos of some stuff, and I met up with Kirsten, and she heard things, and I said, oh, why don't we try and do something?
But you already knew before, right? Because you're living on the same hometown or something.
Yeah, we live on the same island, so
okay.
I knew Stein from before. Didn't know him as well then, but I knew who he was and that he did music and played in Tundra, was it then?
Tundra.
Yeah. So yeah, he asked me if I wanted to try out for a demo that he did, and so that's how it started.
One early morning when we were drunk, of course.
Always the best ideas, anyway.
Do you want to sing on this?
And she said yes.
That sounds like a great idea.
It's still a good idea, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
And from there it just evolved. This was something we both knew. This was something. It could be something big, something that we felt, but was something we could do a lot more of. So yeah. Then suddenly, I'm Silence Records was in the beginning of the recordings.
Yeah.
You were still in England doing the.
Yeah, I studied music in England then, so he wrote the album and I recorded vocals in England for the first album. So, yeah.
And I did the vocals on the first album also. And we got some friends doing like the drums and the guitars on the record. And the drummer then, Harald, who did recordings, we asked him, "You want to still be in the band?" Yeah, of course, he said, because I was...
But you were together in Tundra,
yeah, in Tundra also, so why not? So we knew already that that was going to function. So, and then we, like, because this was, we started this as like a just project, nothing, okay, we just want to do
not ambitious,
nothing else. And that's what, we wanted to do this more, and so we recruited also Ruben
yes.
on guitar, and on Martin on the second guitar. And we also got another vocalist, because I'm really a bass player. I don't really have the voice.
But you're still singing on the first album.
Yeah. I was a little drunk when I did the singing.
People enjoy it.
Because I loosened up then. Sober, I'm not that good of a singer at all. But I wanted to. I'm a bass player, and I wanted to like do the bass player part. And we got the amazing singer Oscar on the Darkan album. He's amazing.
But he's not anymore, right? You got now. Was it Thomas? What was the new singer you have now?
Yeah, we were gonna
have a Thomas.
Thomas, yeah.
From the band Besen. I also I'm a bass player from a thrash metal band called Besen, and we also he is also singing on My Demon song on the I'm Silence record. So we thought, maybe ask him if he wanted to sing on the new album. He said yes, but after a while it was.
Well, it's just the distance from Oslo
and
lots of
makes it
projects,
difficult,
and
yeah.
it makes it a bit difficult. So in the end, it just ended up with saying, well, why not just I do the vocals again? I've done them before and it worked fine.
Yeah,
And it's just worked out even better this time.
yeah, because I started just practicing singing, and suddenly things just fell into place, and I got comfortable with singing again.
So you don't need to get drunk anymore.
No.
No, you're fine.
And another thing is, I think for myself, I think I'm singing like 10 times better now, and I'm singing on the album because I have more control of the voice and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
just did some practice.
yeah,
and some-
so practice in the car.
So you sing in the car only.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the same. I feel your pain. Going back to the topic you were saying, you wanted to do something a bit more emotional or in depth, because you have some lyrics in Norwegian. And in a previous interview, at least regarding to the Darklands, you were kind of mentioning that it's a bit like taking your soul out, so it gives you more out of you than if you sing in English. Or are you keeping that now in the new album, just to give a sneak peek to the...
Yeah, we've got 2 songs that are still in Norwegian, and how I write them is straight out dialect, my Norwegian dialect. So
Yes.
it's kind of, I say, I feel very naked when I write in Norwegian because it's so obvious, like people can pick you apart when you write in your own language. It's, I don't know if it sounds stupid, but it's easier to hide behind English.
Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes it just comes out, because when he writes his music, it just hits me right here and then it comes out. So we kept a couple of Norwegian lyrics for this album as well. And,
I think that that's the thing that suits us also. I've never thought of, like, before doing things in Norwegian or in a dialect. But the thing is, I think it's fits our music perfectly.
Yes.
I want to do that more also. Just that on another record we are doing English and a dialect. I think that's kind of our thing now.
Yeah, it is.
I think so. But obviously we want to include everyone, so we
Yes.
write in English as well. And even though our songs is very melancholy, it's about dark themes and stories, and so it's the same in Norwegian. It's just that I guess people can go straight into the core when they read the Norwegian lyric. At least the people who
You
know
understand,
Norwegian.
yeah.
So,
But I still...
The thing also, we're trying to, like we did on Darkland, we have 2 Norwegian lyrics on that one.
Yes.
yeah,
And we also translated them.
yeah.
So people can download,
Yes.
look at the PDF files and read them in English.
Yes.
But I don't think, when I'm reading those, I don't get the same feeling as when reading them in Norwegian. Norwegian is more, in a dialect also, it's more like, a heart. We can feel that will open us more than when we are doing it in English.
Well, Norwegian is a difficult language. We have like one word for 15 different things. So.
Oh, yeah. I feel that pain. I'm living in Finland, so Finnish it's kind of difficult also. Not that easy.
No.
So about the new album, because you are doing now this couple of events, acoustic. Can you talk about that? At least I saw something you're doing some events.
We are
Covering some old. Oh, you're planning. Okay,
we're
not yet.
planning on doing an acoustic set because we've had a lot of requests from people around the world. We can do some of our songs acoustically. And I think it's a good idea to strip everything down and just try that.
Yeah.
So we've been playing with the thought of that.
Yeah, we tried it once before and it
Yeah.
turned out really great actually.
And also I don't know if we should reveal this, but we have talked about doing like stripped down acoustic show in our rehearsal place and record it professionally with the lights and just dim the lights and doing like a really intimate acoustic show and just lay it down on YouTube or something just for free.
Yeah.
For fans.
Well,
That's good to know.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have been here if nobody liked us or both of our albums. We more or less doing it for ourselves a little bit, but also for fans. Because it's great having the feedback we got on, especially for me when we wrote Madina. It's like, whoa, people are saying like this has changed our lives, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Someone sent me a picture of their wedding rings, and they had our lyric
That's cute.
engraved, and I was like, wow.
Yeah,
That's
big.
serious.
It's cute, yeah.
Yeah, so it's great that we're doing something we love and also that our fans love, and we want to give back.
Yeah, it's enough that one person like it, two people like it. It's just what they say, how they get back to us. Like, oh my God, it's like listening to a story. I can see the story when I listen to your song. Oh my God, can you please do that song acoustically? It's just amazing.
And we want to do that. We want to really do that, even if it's cost us money, like personal money. But fuck it, we want to do something that's also for us. We look at it and it's like, wow, cool. And when fans look at it, it will be, wow. I think that gives us more energy to do other things again.
Absolutely.
Try out different things,
Yeah.
and it's more or less like a little gift to the fans. It's what they requested, and so we will give it to them, basically.
Yeah, that's always very good to listen from the other side, that the band still care about the fans and not only about the money and
Never.
getting the records out.
There's no money anyway.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. That was the next question. What is the situation with your label? Because you're talking about that before, that now you're trying to do everything by yourself.
Tired.
Yes.
Really tired of, like I've been doing other bands also. The labels are like just taking the master tapes, and it's not yours.
No.
It's ours. It's like it's our songs and it's our creativity, and they're like putting it in its own pocket. And if you're going to like give it out yourself, we gotta have money. So it's like they're taking away artistry, I think.
Yeah.
So
It should be your property anyway. It's your work and it's your art. So
and it's so easy to forget that when you're getting a record deal and we want to sign it, just get the album out. We don't care about anything, just get it out. And when it's out, it's hitting you in the face like, okay, we want like the label are saying, we want a part of that and part of that, and they're eating away more or less the will to do something more.
Because it's not about the money. We don't care about the money. They can take the money. It's just when we actually have to pay the company in the end to do our music and to do what we love, it's a bit frustrating.
yeah.
Because that's not what it should be. I really appreciate what they can do and their
Some labels are maybe good guys,
Absolutely.
but
but the knowledge and the know-how they have is really good. But in the end, when you don't even know where they've disappeared to, what's happened with our masters, who's putting our music out on Spotify,
who get the money from Spotify? We don't, like I said, okay, we don't care about money, but somebody gets the money, and where does it go? For us, it would have been better just to have the music on Spotify and other places, and the money just go nowhere. Really, I don't want it, but somebody is always getting it. Like now, our last record company. I think they're bankrupt, but the thing is, somebody's getting money of Spotify and stuff like that. So, but who?
No one knows, I guess.
Nobody knows. And that's the thing. It's like frustrating because I'm more comfortable just letting. Okay, so if somebody buys a record on Spotify, that the money just goes someplace else, but somebody is taking the money from the albums, and we don't know what who.
Well,
That-
I guess we.
That's going to be really interesting now then as well, doing the, cutting out the middleman and doing basically everything ourselves, which is a really, I think for us as artists, a really interesting and cool thing to do. Maybe just, trying to start a new trend there. Because there are a lot of bands and, in the good old days, all you needed to do was to get signed. But now it's not like that anymore. You have to really work your ass off yourself. I've heard, especially in our range, you can say. So and I think by doing that as well, you're also proving for bigger companies more trustworthy, and who has a good stable of bands that look at these people, for instance, they made everything themselves. They recorded, they took all of, the gear, the t-shirts, all that, made it themselves from their own pocket, just because we are really in love with what we are doing. So I think we're going through a really interesting time and testing out this, and I think it's going to be really good.
You're actually not the first ones kind of mentioning this, that you decided to, take control of what's going on with the merch and putting your own money. But it's the thing that, can you live out of it? No, you still need to have different jobs, right?
Yeah.
That's the classical problem. Can you then combine with going on tour, like holidays wise? And
Hope so.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
Yes.
This, everyone who's in the band is burning for what they're doing in the band. So there's always, I know especially from me and Stanley, we played in Tundla, there was a lot of people working offshore and stuff like that, but even then we made it work. And here we're all in a small community having, 9-to-5 jobs, and we do have vacations and stuff like that. So I think it's possible.
Yeah, we're using vacation time
Yeah.
to do.
you don't rest much though. You don't rest much though if you're on tour during your holidays.
No
So.
rest for the wicked.
Oh, that's true. I like that sentence.
No, but the thing is, we have been on tour with Tundra, and we've been on tour with other bands and stuff like that. But it's always a personal time. I'm taking the 1 week or 2 weeks of work.
Leave of absence.
Yeah, leave of absence.
Yes.
No money.
When
But-
you love what you do, it's not a job.
Yes.
And
That's true.
And you don't earn anything doing a tour either if you're not that big. But it's the fun doing it, and having the conversation with the fans after the shows and stuff like that. That's the thing that's fun. And I don't care if I have to, like, I don't earn money doing it. I just want to.
As long as it's enough to get us to the next place we're
Yes.
playing the next night, it's okay.
And to have a burger in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'll be good too.
So you're planning tour with the new album, I guess.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We have never. This is our first time we're outside. Like we have the few shows we have done is like in our home region, and this is the first time
Going a bit
little
out
bit
here.
outside our region. So it's going to be.
We actually have to take
Some
a ferry
baby
this
steps.
time.
We gotta go.
Yeah, you need to travel.
So it's going to be like it's going to be fun doing this one, because I'm kind of nervous because it's like a heavier festival. And okay, we are heavy, but more like I think a lot of people don't want to admit maybe that like this kind of music, but it's going to be like interesting doing this and see how well it's received,
reaction.
not just the community where we live normally and doing shows, like everybody is coming, hey friends and stuff like that, but now we're more like on our own. So it's going to be fun, but we are going to give 110% either way.
Sure.
So
Well, we do have a lot of friends coming with us to see the show as well.
Well, I will be there too if that matters.
So. Yeah, super cool.
Sounds good.
Were you disappointed that you are so early in the day?
No.
no, we have
Okay, good.
always played early. Every concert we've done, it's always
First
been
band.
early.
Yeah.
First time now.
We're used to this. We know how to do this.
Yes.
There are multiple plus things
True.
about playing first.
Yeah.
You know.
I would agree.
Normally the beer.
Yeah, and
Yes.
afterwards.
Yes.
Afterwards.
And the people are not that drunk and they actually see you.
Yeah.
So that's
I
also
can
good.
actually remember. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw them. They were the first one out. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's the coolest thing. We played a show that a lot of people that start drinking in the early day, and they're just standing there looking at us, and it's like, okay, they're still here. They're not going away. They're still here. They want to listen to us. So that's giving us motivation doing this. So hopefully this will be a cool gig also. We are going to give
Yeah, we're
everything.
gonna have fun anyway.
Either way. So.
I'm pretty sure you will. So if you would have the chance to go to Portugal, for example,
Yeah,
a bit.
of course. You know,
But have you been there like visiting? Well, not with the band. We already talked about it.
I've
You
been
had.
to Portugal. It's a few years ago now, but we went to Lisbon and we went down to the Algarve, out to Sintra.
They're lovely.
Beautiful place. It's a really magical place, especially Sintra. And we were actually going to see PJ Harvey in Lisbon.
In this one, yeah.
But she cancelled on us, so.
Yep. I was also to go, yeah.
The cool thing, the really cool thing, I have to say, was that we ended up in a metal club in Lisbon, and we got to know a couple of people there. Two guys, really like into their Dimmerborger, long leather coats and long hair. But what they ended up doing was we took the car and they drove us around Lisbon and showed us around to early morning. And
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
To the new Dimmerborger album.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
Well, at least you got company. That's nice.
Yeah, really friendly.
Sorry.
You need to go, yeah.
I have to go now.
Thank you so much.
Doing another stuff for Evig Natt.
Yeah.
It's promotion
Promotion weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
On sale.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything else you want
Well, if you want to give a sneak peek, when is the album released? You already talked before.
Yes, definitely. Do you want to take this one or should I do it?
When it will be released, yeah, it depends on when Kirsten is done with this. But we are so close now. It's been a long project from start. Although we had actually most of the material ready, it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
And so for sale on our online shop.
We might release it on the 18th just as a goodie.
Yeah.
But official release date for the new album, which is called Evig Natt, is 19th of March. So we're in the finalizing stage, doing some sort of just missing vocals, mixing and mastering, and then it's right off to printing.
I've got to say we're sorry for it taking so long. I really are.
Yes.
But there's been a lot of stuff going on, both professional and personal. 3 out of 4 has gotten married, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Life happens.
Life happens.
life happens. Yeah, so we kind of had to put it on hold for a little bit, and then continue it, and then it is a typical thing that what you've already recorded, recorded 6 months, a year ago, and then you go back into the studio and you're going to continue, and it's like, well, this here isn't really good enough now, is it?
Polish.
So we kind of did some new stuff, changed some songs, scripts, and
Yeah, I rewrote lyrics 2 days ago.
yeah.
So.
Stressing out with it, I guess. Are you playing something new today?
Yes,
Yay.
Yes, we are.
we're playing three new songs today.
Yeah, 3 new songs.
Out of 8 tracks in the album, so
Even
Pretty
the
awesome.
first real ballad live.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
yeah.
See how that.
We have a power ballad this
Yeah.
time.
How the hell did that happen?
Getting mellow and mellow.
yeah.
We landed.
We landed.
Well, anyway, we're really excited to try out the new songs with the audience and see how it works. It's just going to be exciting to get going with this and finally having some new things to show people. Really cool.
Looking
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah, we don't play that often, so when we come with new songs too, it's especially the first time playing him. You know, normally you're in a rock mode where you just kind of go all in. But I remember we tried it out on a gig here. What was it? October. Yeah. And I remember just staring out into the crowd, kind of like, okay, how is this being received? And it was really good received. So I think where this next album is going to be really interesting, especially for people who like Evig Natt from before, because it has the Evig Natt stamp on it. And we have some new stuff, some things that could be more heavier, faster. Basically the whole package, I would say.
Yeah, we go from A to Z.
Yeah.
I think.
From blast to ballad.
It's good.
We can't really decide.
It's a good catchphrase. From blast to ballad.
Yeah.
Yes,
You should use it.
exactly. We're gonna borrow that one.
Yes, you should. To end up a bit on the comedy mode, any weird story you want to share when you have been on a gig or a tour, or what weird stuff had happened to you?
Last time in Bergen, because
Oh
when
my
we played
God.
here with a different band, maybe we shouldn't tell that story though.
No, maybe we should put a sticker on your amp this time.
Yeah, where the on button is. I was a little bit drunk, just a little bit. A little tipsy, I would say. Kirsten probably has a different view on it, but I'm sticking to my story. Basically ended up with me not even being able to turn on my amplifier.
It was never on.
So you were starting to play and nothing happened?
Yeah. Well, I had
Yeah.
an ear, so I heard perfectly. It was just all the rest I didn't hear
He was
anything.
rocking out, but no one could hear what he was rocking out to. So.
Good.
That's it.
Living in your own world.
Yeah,
I think that was one of your best gigs.
I think so too. I think so too. I didn't play a single mistake, by the way.
No, that's a shame. No one.
No notice.
No, so we're gonna maybe that's your best one. Not even.
Yeah, well, especially from here in Bergen. We haven't played Bergen so much, so.
No.
But an amazing crowd, though, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So,
We had a lot of cool friends showing up then as well and cheering us on and yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
that was not with Evig Natt, by the way. That was a different.
No. But a comedy moment with Evig Natt.
Oh.
I don't know, lots of weird things happen
Yeah.
on stage with us. When
Well,
we
but-
look back on the videos, we're just like,
Yeah, I can't even see it anymore. It's just like, no.
you almost
Too
got
bad.
your face burnt off.
Oh yeah, that happened in October. We were going on stage and the intro was playing. The first song came up and I ran up on stage and I looked really cool there, at least I think. And but then I forgot we had pyro on stage. So I kind of headbanged straight into the pyro flame, and it smelled burnt, and I was a little bit
Yes.
frightened. I still was on fire, and
It's really funny though because we have a perfect angle of him and that happening, and he's like hopping back.
kind of backing up because I needed to check my strings as well because I was sure
Something
they
got
broke.
burned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we finished everything. We didn't even stop. We just continued. So,
Pyro is risky business, but it looks
Oh
good.
yeah.
yeah, especially when you're on fire.
Man on fire on stage. That's cool.
Absolutely, yes. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's how you roll, on fire. Well, thank you so much for this little chat.
Thank you.
And any kind of word for the Portuguese fans, like a final state coming there soon or something
Yeah,
like
that would be our plan. Organize something that we can come and play.
Yeah,
you
where's
know.
the best place to come and play?
Yeah.
Well, there is this Vagos open air in the summer, that it's basically the festival that it's mainly like metal, but it's not this extreme. There is this Barroselas, but it's a bit more on the green core, maybe not so cup of tea for yourselves, but I think Vagos will be really nice. We had like,
Try an acoustic set as well.
well, yeah, small clubs in Lisbon would also work for you, I think.
Cool. Yeah, we should check that out.
Yeah, I will put my connections also, maybe it
Yeah,
works.
do that.
Yes.
Do that. We'll be in touch.
Yes, well, you have my cards now, so it will be fine.
Other than that, keep listening to us, stay tuned for a new album, and hope to see you soon.
19th of March.
Perfect. Thank you so much.